So guys, in today's video we will be talking about the possibility of us seeing the death of Barry Allen aka The Flash in The Flash Season 9. So if that sounds interesting, let's hop into it. Yo, what is going on guys, Flashverse here, and welcome back to another video on The Flash Season 9. And for today's video, we have another theory, this time discussing the fate of our main character, Barry Allen aka The Flash. We'll be talking about the ideal ending for this character. Will he die this season, or will he make it out alive? We will be talking about all of the possible scenarios, and I will obviously give you guys my overall thoughts on all of this as well. I'll give you guys my ideal ending for the show, and if you guys have an ideal ending for the show, be sure to tell me in the comment section down below. Now, we do obviously have to firstly acknowledge the fact that this is the final season of the show, so any options are available, as the whole purpose of the show is just to wrap everything up, wrap all the storylines up, and provide a conclusion to not just the show in general, but also to our main character, The Flash, as well. So anything is possible. They could take the route which Arrow went, which was to decide to kill off their main character, that being Oliver Queen, through like an ultimate sacrifice. Or they could take the Supergirl route where Barry Allen is still alive and just continues life as normal. Now, one ending a lot of people want to see is Barry becoming the lightning that strikes him in Season 1. This is obviously something that does happen in the comics, and it is a really cool idea, which is why I believe so many people want to see this happen. And obviously this brings in the option of killing off Barry Allen, but also making him responsible for the Flash being born when the particle accelerator explodes. That would be really cool. I would not be against it if this is the route they went for. It obviously turns everything into a never-ending loop and helps the story come full circle. So killing off Barry Allen in this way is a possibility. The way they could do this is through the Flash and the Reverse Flash going back to the night of Nora Allen's murder. We see everything from their point of view this time. Same events take place, but after Barry saves his child self from being murdered, he would then quickly run at immense speed in the Speed Force as he's time traveling to 2013. He becomes pure lightning and then just strikes his past self, thus killing future Flash but birthing the Flash. Would be really cool. However, this is not my ideal ending. This is not something I want to see, mainly because I just don't like it when a TV show kills off their main character. I'd rather just keep Barry alive. I'm more of like a happy ending guy, but I am sure this is the ending most of the fans are expecting. Now, in my opinion, I don't think Barry will die, mainly because of what seems to be established from the future. This is from The Flash Season 8 Episode 6, and you could say like in other episodes, which includes the future as well, we did obviously have a scene between Jay, Bart, and Nora sitting together having lunch, and they did talk about Barry and Iris still being around at that time period. They went out to dinner to like France or something to celebrate their vow renewal anniversary, so we know that Barry Allen is still around in 2049, and obviously I'll play the clip right now so you guys can see what I'm talking about as well.
Mom and Pop's gonna be swinging by anytime soon.
Aren't they in Milan for their anniversary?
Also, just Bart and Nora's overall vibe around Barry, it's clear that they did not grow up without a father, because Nora would have been the exact same Nora from Season 5 if that was the case, and clearly it isn't. Now, obviously saying that things in the future can change based on the events being altered in the past, as exemplified through HR dying instead of Iris from the hands of Savitar, as well as Cicada's dagger being destroyed when Thawne is still supposed to be in prison. The future can change. So killing off Barry is still on the table. They could still absolutely do it. But I doubt they would really do anything to change up a happy ending for the show. So one possibility is that everything ends, we get the reveal that Iris is pregnant, or maybe Iris just gives birth to Nora, and Barry still continues to become the Flash just off screen. That is obviously a possible ending they could go for as well. This I think would be the most possible option again, but other cards are on the table still. Now, another option is that the Flash could simply retire. This would be the least likeliest option of the ones that I'm going to mention, but he could just retire. He could give off the mantle of saving Central City to Wally. Maybe Wally could now become the Flash. But for me, that would just be very lazy and selfish of Barry, considering not only would Barry be perfectly fine, he would still have his abilities and all. And don't get me wrong, I think it would be really cool to see Wally become the Flash. I would just think that this would be a very lazy ending and not properly thought out, because if Barry's perfectly fine, then why would he just go like, oh no, I'm just going to choose to relax, Wally could just take care of everything. It's lazy, so that's why I'm not a fan of the idea. Now, the ideal ending for me is Barry still continues as the Flash off screen. He's perfectly fine. Iris gave birth to Nora. And then we could get some sort of distress call with Barry running around the city. And as that happens, we can cut to the future and get this montage of the legacy of the Flash and essentially what he left behind. So we could see the Flash Museum, we could see things in there, and just like a bunch of other new speedsters as well in general. So after the Flash comes Bart and Nora, maybe we could fit Wally in there as well, Jake Garrick, maybe Max Mercury, and maybe even potentially other speedsters beyond that as well. That would be a very bittersweet and just an incredible ending, in my opinion. I think that would be really, really sweet. Just get this montage of like different things the Flash did, and I would definitely bawl my eyes out if we did get some sort of scene like that. Obviously, it goes without saying though, since this is the final season, their main priority is to give the main focus to the Flash completely. No character should have any main storyline overshadowing the Flash, as this is his show and his legacy that we are seeing coming to an end to. So the priority must be given to Barry, and we need to make sure that whatever ending they go for, it perfectly closes the Flash's story, wraps everything up, and most importantly, the ending must make sense. We can't have an ending with unanswered questions. We can't have an ending that confuses a lot of the fans. So this is something that does need to be very well thought out. But in my opinion, there are 6 things this show must do to have the perfect ending. So number 1, obviously, have Barry create Gideon. Now, obviously, we've been asking this question for so long, so right now it's an unanswered question. But if Barry never created Gideon in present day, she shouldn't really be around in the future for Thawne to grab hold of and obviously bring to the past. And that's the reason Gideon's in the time vault, because Thawne from the future took it and then took it to the past. That's the only reason why Gideon's in the time vault right now. So Gideon still needs to be created. So that unanswered question would now be answered if we do see Barry create Gideon. Number 2, they must have a younger version of the Reverse Flash as the main villain for the last few episodes. He is not only the Flash's arch enemy, but also the story will make absolutely no sense whatsoever without the Reverse Flash, because we need someone to go back in time and murder Nora Allen. That needs to happen, and in order for that to happen, you need the past version of the Reverse Flash who has not lived through anything from seasons 1 to 8 before. One that just recently found out that Barry Allen is the Flash. So one that just knew Barry's identity and just knows which time period the Flash is actually from. And this would obviously make the whole story come full circle. Number 3, go back to the night of Nora Allen's murder. That is something we do definitely need to see. We need to have the Flash and the Reverse Flash having this big massive battle one last time, going back to the night of Nora Allen's murder. And as I said, this does link with number 2, but it just helps everything come full circle, and we just do definitely need to see that. But number 4, have Barry Allen as the main focus, with every episode being centered around him and being personal to him in some way. Obviously have other characters having their side stories within the episodes, but none of them should have a main focus apart from Barry, in my opinion. But obviously their storylines do need to be wrapped up as well. Now, number 5 is to not reveal Barry's identity. It will not make sense, because from what's been established on the show, in the Flash Museum, the Flash's identity is still kept a secret. So revealing Barry's identity will just mess everything up. And also, I was never really a fond of the idea of a character revealing their identities. I just think it's unnecessary, and I just would not like the idea if Barry does reveal his identity to the public. And number 6, Iris must be pregnant in the Flash Season 9 and must give birth to Nora in Season 9, because Nora West Allen is born in the year 2023. So this essentially does need to happen, otherwise it would just be a plot hole in general. But yeah guys, thanks for watching. If you guys have enjoyed the video, please give a like and subscribe. Be sure to tell me in the comment section down below what would be your ideal ending for the character of Barry Allen himself. I'm interested to see all of your thoughts towards all of this as well. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video.